Hi, Team Beautifully Polished. Happy Wednesday. And it's a Wednesday of the last day of the month. How exciting is that to be the last day of the month on a Wednesday? So hopefully this will motivate you as you have your final hours to get your orders in. I don't know if you guys saw your email yet. There's a lot of things to wrap up for this month. There's the going bandanas. If you have any hostesses, make sure you get those parties closed up today. There's the BQ consistency nails last month for that. Signing people up if you are getting your swag. Our personal team promotion this month with if you hit senior stylist or above, it's the last day to hit that rank to get in the drawing for the bag and the hat and the gift card. So tons of things to end today to wrap up the month. It's super, super exciting for all of you going to conference. What an exciting time to see where your rank is going to be and to get those. Oh, make sure if you're going to conference, get those workshops chosen so you know where you're going to go. So tons of things today. I'm excited to see our month end. It's a great, great month. And we are getting ready for August. And did everybody see your Fast 50 challenge to challenge? I challenged to put you guys putting samples on 50 people by conference. So you have just over 2 weeks to get out there for 50 people. Why? Why are we upping it that much? So you can get your next month booked. You can get these next 2 months so you don't have an empty calendar. So you're ready to go for August and September. The more people you put it on, the more apt you are to be able to follow up those people to get your calendar booked. So all those things wrapped up. So with that said, let's talk today about pacing partners. Some of you may have heard this term before, and some of you may have no idea what I'm referring to when I talk about pacing partners. So I want you to think if there's ever been something you wanted to do that you were nervous to, maybe even Color Street, you were nervous to do it alone, you just were hesitant, you wanted to do it so bad, but you thought, I don't know if I'm ready to do it by myself. So years ago, I ran my first 5K. I finished my 5K and I said, you know what, I think I want to run a marathon. I know, right? Who thinks of that from one to the other? So I so wanted to do it, but my friend I ran my 5K with thought I was crazy. So I joined a group and, it was a good group. I wanted to do this so bad. I was pretty disciplined. They gave me a book so I knew what to eat and how far to run and what I needed to do for the next 18 weeks, which is exactly when the Chicago Marathon would be. So it was all fine. I would show up and meet with these people I didn't know. But then one of my good friends said she wanted to do it. And let me tell you, things got so much easier. Saturdays we had long runs. We could do them together. We could save up all of our talking during the week. We knew to put it, save everything we had for that Saturday because we knew we'd run a long run on Saturday or Sunday and we wanted to be able to occupy each other for 1 to 4 hours as we were running. Some days we felt like we couldn't do it and we had each other there. One of us was always in a better mood about the whole thing than the other. So the day one of us didn't want to do it, the other friend could talk the other person into it. The night before you knew you had that long run, if one of us was like, you knew you had to meet that other person. So we really had accountability for each other. We did practice races along the way. We did a 6 mile, and then we did a half marathon to see if we could do it. We celebrated those together. It was so great because we had the same goal. We both had the goal of finishing the marathon. I wanted to run at a faster pace. She wasn't as worried about pace. She kind of talked me out of that because she had done one before, and I learned pretty quick that it really wasn't the speed. It was more of finishing it. So it ended up being a really great experience. I loved doing it with her, and it matched us up. She was a great pacing partner for me. And so with that said, there's so many things in life, not just a run. I'm sure you guys have had different things in your lives of things that just doing it with somebody else makes all the difference in the world. So I want you to think about your Color Street business and think about what a pacing partner could do for you. So typically, pacing partners are 2 people in the same company. I'd prefer for you to pick a Color Street person that are approximately at the same level in Color Street or whatever you're looking at, who would work together and think about each other, who both would mutually benefit from being together. So like my friend and I on our run, we both mutually benefited. We kept each other going because it's really hard to do something like that by yourself, to wake up and think, oh, good, I get to run 18 miles today by myself. No. So, it was a great way for us to talk each other into doing things on the days we didn't want to, which is the same thing for your Color Street partner. So your pacing partner can be your best cheerleader, your strongest advocate, your coach, your most honest critic on the day you're like, oh, I can't get a nail bar. And they say, well, how many people have you reached out today? Well, nobody. I haven't talked to anybody all week. Well, they're going to be your most honest critic and say, well, of course you don't have anything set. You got to talk to people to get something set. But they always have your best interest at heart. Even when they're giving you those critiques, they're thinking about you and your ultimate goals and what you want. And it helps them too, because every time you're talking to that person, it also builds you up and reminds you, oh yeah, I guess I better do that too. So that's the benefit. When you guys especially have common goals, one of you is typically going to get the other one out of the funk or push the other one. But along with that, you're pushing yourself as well. You pull each other up and you prevent each other from sinking. That's a big one. It's easy to sink. It's easy to have bad days. We all have bad days. But that's when you call that person and go, okay, I just need to vent. Just give me 5 minutes. I just need to say some stuff. They help you get over it. And then you move on and you figure out what's going on with your business. You don't have to have the same title necessarily for a pacing partner or even the same goals, but it does kind of help if you have things that are similar. If one of you is totally content at just BQing each month and the other person is wanting to be executive director, that's probably not the best pairing partner, because the person who is BQing every month isn't going to motivate you to get to that level because they're not moving along that same pace. So try to pick somebody who ultimately is trying to be where you are. I'm not saying either of those are the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying that, having the person with the ultimate goal makes it a little bit easier when you guys are trying to motivate each other. So if doing 300 every month is what your goal is, you don't want to make this a big business. You're not necessarily looking to sponsor people. Find someone, because there's other people who want that too. You're just content doing that, and that is totally fine. And then if you're the person who wants to be at that level of executive leadership, then find someone who wants to also have that ultimate goal. You can pick a pacing partner that's long-term, that is for a rank or a title. You could also pick a pacing partner for something small. Like let's say they offer an incentive trip next month and you really want to do it, and so does your friend. Well, then maybe you're going to pace for that trip. Maybe you have different ideas of where you want to be in leadership or anything else, but maybe you want to both earn that trip. And so maybe the person who said, I just want to BQ wants to earn that trip all of a sudden. Well, what if you have to be a leader? So they may start changing their goals in order to hit that other goal they want to hit now. So again, it can be long-term, it can be short-term. Having something in common, it does make it a lot easier. When you're setting up your relationship with your pacing partner, another thing that's kind of important is your schedules. Let's say you're a person who works nights and your pacing partner works days, and then you're working your Color Street business opposite. It might be a little harder for you two. So one thing to look at the beginning of finding that pacing partner is get an idea of their schedule. To see how often are they working their business, when are they working their business. If it's going to be a person that's really hard to communicate with because you're on opposite schedules, again, it may not be the best person. So try to find somebody that has kind of a parallel schedule as well, because during these times, I would recommend checking in with that person weekly, if not more often. I mean, text can be done all the time, but a call where you guys can share your weekly goals. You guys can challenge each other. You guys can share ideas. I'm trying this. Hey, have you tried that? So you want to find someone that you are able to communicate with and that it's easy to talk with and that you're both giving to it. You don't want just one of you giving everything to the sharing relationship. Again, this is two people that are working together to give ideas and to help each other grow. So there might be a time where one person is pushing the other person more because they're in a better place, and that's okay. But you want it to come back and balance out. And then when you get that other person is all of a sudden soaring, then they come in and they're sharing ideas. But the biggest thing is holding each other accountable. It's your accountability partner. You're checking in with each other, but also allowing each other grace. You know, let's say all of a sudden your family's going camping for the week. It's summer and you want to enjoy a last minute vacation. Well, you know what? If they didn't do what they wanted, of course, you're going to give them grace for that period and you're going to move on. Maybe they didn't check in with you as much as they typically do. That's all right. We are there for each other to hold each other accountable, but also to give each other a break. So let's kind of review again 5 big reasons we have an accountability partner. Is they can be your biggest cheerleader. We all need someone cheering us on, right? It makes us feel so much better. They challenge you to make the impossible possible. You may be looking and going, there's no way I could ever be a Sapphire leader. I don't know, why not? Why not try for it? So you can set up your goals with them and they can challenge you to keep moving ahead to make that what you feel impossible goal possible. They will help celebrate your milestones, whether they're big or small. Maybe it's that you got out today and colored 10 people in one day. How exciting is that? You call them or you text them and say, oh my gosh, I just put samples on 10 people, and they're going to be excited for you. You know, we can tell our spouses or our family, but let's be honest, they don't really probably understand all the little things that go into our business. They're probably there for our big things, but the little ones, we need the pep talks for the little ones too, and the celebrating. And that person can do that with you. They make sure your goals stay a priority for you. You guys both exchange your goals. Then you can be checking in. Hey, how's it coming? I know you really wanted to get 4 nail bars on your calendar for August. How many do you have? Okay, let's both get on the phone today for an hour and see what we can come up with. Let's make sure we're reaching out to contacts for a 30-minute slot, and let's get back with each other and see where we are. So again, making your goals known to each other and keeping them at the highest priority. And so you're not the only one who knows your goals, but they do too, and they can help you, they can't help you achieve them, but they can help be there for you and get excited for you when you're doing them. And it just proves the final thing is that you don't have to do this alone. Not only do you have an accountability partner, we have a great team. You have leaders, you have other people on your teams that are all here to support you. But this accountability partner just becomes kind of a special relationship. Okay, so my challenge to you for the week then is I want you to take some time. Once again, I know I say this all the time, but think about your goals. What are they? All right, what are your goals with Color Street? I'm going to post in Beautifully Polished a heading called Pacing Partner Wanted. If you don't have a current pacing partner, I want you to look at your goals, and if you want to get one within our team, you can go in the comments and say what your goals are and just say, hey, looking for a pacing partner, I want to be team leader by October. And then maybe there's someone else in there who says, ooh, I would love that too. And you know what? Maybe you make a phone call, kind of check in with each other, see if you think the relationship, see if you guys mesh. You know, you might start off and then think, you know, this isn't really the partner I needed because they're working, they work another job and I really can work better, my Color Street business better in the morning. And, you know, maybe it ends up not working out, and that's okay. Go, especially if it's someone you don't know at all and you're kind of setting up this way, then just go into it knowing, let's see if this works. Let's see if we can build this relationship. I got very lucky and I went into the presidential founder getaway back in January, not having a roommate, not having, going in by myself. And they put me with another presidential circle member, and we hit it off super, super well. I had never met her, and we're pacing partners now. She's not even on our team. It's somebody at my level on another team. And we check in with each other all the time. We text, we message, we do voice messages, just because sometimes I just message her and say, I just need to hear your voice today. Because just hearing her, we've talked to each other through ups and downs, and we share ideas, and it's kind of fun because we're on different teams, so I can bring to her what our team does, she can bring what her team does. And so, even finding a pacing partner for you guys, they do not necessarily have to be on Beautifully Polished. They do not have to be within your lineage of Beautifully Polished. They can be from, maybe it's going to be someone from Amanda Thomas's leg is maybe going to pick up with someone on Jen Sheets' leg. Those two are different lineages. And as you guys see from the spotlight this week, they make amazing accountability partners together. They both have the same goals in mind. They have similar personalities. They're so funny. So they have hit it off really well, and they challenge each other with ideas. They both, I know on bad days, can gripe to each other, but they both get each other out of that. So they're not within the same lineage, but they're both within Beautifully Polished. So choose how you want to do it. Do you want it within your team? Do you want it within Beautifully Polished, but maybe a different leg? Do you want somebody that you've met through the stylist group that you want to go into another team? All that is okay, as long as you are picking a person that makes you feel good about your business and about what you're doing, and you guys are matching up with commonalities. So that's the biggest thing. If you end up getting a pacing partner and that person, let's say you happen to meet them and they're from another team and you're getting negative, like you just, anything you're saying, they're giving you negative back. They can't quite get, if they're in a bad spot, maybe in their business and they're not coming out of it, you don't want to get caught up in that. That can pull you down. Your pacing partner, the goal of that is to bring you up, not to bring you down. So sometimes it may just not end up being the greatest relationship, and that's okay. So it's important to notice that and pull yourself out and find somebody new if the relationship just isn't going the way it should. Your accountability person should always be there to pull you up and out, not to drag you down. So make this fun, you guys. Colorstory is a fun business. It's a simple business, not always easy to do, which is why having that pacing partner can make all the difference. It's a great reason to meet somebody new, to build what can be a great relationship. Like I said, I have this great relationship with Angelique now, and I just adore her. And it all came from being pacing partners and getting to know each other really well. So, you know, you never know where your next new friend can come along, and you never know where that next new cheerleader can be for you. So my challenge is to get out there, find that pacing partner. And like I said, I'll post something in Beautifully Polished. You can also reach out to your upline and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is what my goals are. Do you have anybody in mind? We may know someone that's going to be the perfect match for you. Okay. So don't think you have to do this on your own. You don't have to go out there and just post something, you know, randomly looking for somebody. If you feel uncomfortable with that, then reach out to one of us and we'll kind of match you with someone that, if you know, with what we know of your personality and somebody else's, that could be what we see as the right fit. All right. So I would love for everybody in our team to have that accountability partner, and it can do great things for you guys. So I'll post that. Let's see where we get with that. You guys focus on your goals, see what you want to achieve, and let's line you up with somebody. And so hopefully starting August 1st, within the first week of August, you guys have that person that you are checking in with, and you are ready to go for August and building this relationship and moving forward with your business with a brand new accountability partner. All right, so have a great last day, you guys. Again, reach out to any of us if you have any questions for the last day of the month. Super, super fun and exciting. I hope I get lots of people in that senior stylist drawing for the bag, and hopefully lots of you are earning all these fun promotions. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye.